The call for help was urgent and absolutely terrifying. A poor dog had been hit by a train, and the details were worse than anyone could have imagined. She hadn't just been hit moments ago, she had been lying there next to the tracks for 2 whole days. For 48 hours, she lay helpless in the dirt, unable to move. By the time the rescuers found out about her, she was crying non-stop in agony. It was the sound of a creature who had lost all hope. The team rushed to the location immediately, knowing every second counted. They scooped her up gently and rushed her straight to the vet, praying she was still strong enough to survive the journey. At the veterinary clinic, the full extent of her injuries was revealed, and it was heartbreaking. The doctors found that she had a broken spine. She would need complicated surgery to repair the fracture. The doctors were honest with the team. If the spinal cord was affected, the chance of her ever walking again was virtually zero. But the broken back was just the beginning of her problems. This puppy's condition was very bad from the very beginning. She was paralyzed in her hind limbs and couldn't feel her legs. She was suffering from severe hypothermia from lying on the cold ground for days. She was severely dehydrated and cachectic, which means she was basically skin and bones. On top of the trauma, she had a vaginal hemorrhage caused by a transmissible venereal tumor. Her body was fighting a war on multiple fronts. The team faced a very difficult decision. Many people judged them later. Many blamed them for not euthanizing her the moment they found her on the tracks. They said it would be kinder to let her go. At that time, the rescuers didn't even know what the best option was. But looking at her face, they decided to try. They decided to give her a few days to see if they could bring her back to a stable condition, step by step. The story behind how she ended up on those tracks hit the team deeply. She wasn't born a stray. She once had a family. But that family gave her up to others, who then gave up on her again. She ended up in the hands of a smuggler who used her for profit. When she got ill with the tumor, they simply threw her into the street like trash. From there, she wandered onto the tracks and ended up being hit by a train. She had been failed by humans her entire life. The road to recovery was incredibly hard and expensive. Everything from the complex spinal surgery to the chemotherapy treatments, cytostatics, for her tumor put a huge strain on the rescue's finances. She had to be admitted to 3 different clinics to get the specialized care she needed. But the team refused to give up on her. They wanted to rewrite her ending. And slowly, the bad days started to turn into good days. By day 45, a major milestone was reached. The chemotherapy was finally finished, and the tumor was treated. But the best surprise was waiting for her. The team presented her with a special wheelchair designed for disabled dogs. Since her legs might never work perfectly again, these wheels would be her new legs. She also began a long recovery process through hydrotherapy, which is water therapy to help strengthen her muscles. The team couldn't guarantee she would walk on her own again. It was up to her will and her body's healing ability. But seeing her upright in her wheels was a victory in itself. 70 days after she was found lying in agony next to the railway, the beautiful part of the story finally happened. All the struggle and financial stress had a happy ending. The effort was not in vain. The dog, who was given the beautiful name Maya, arrived in Germany. She was welcomed into the arms of a family who understood her special needs perfectly. They knew that the accident left permanent marks on her. They accepted that she might remain paralyzed for the rest of her life, and they loved her anyway. It takes a special kind of heart to adopt a dog who needs this much care. A huge effort will continue to be made for the little chance she has to walk again. The chemotherapy slowed down her physical recovery a bit, but now she is catching up. In the coming weeks, she will continue using her wheelchair and doing therapy. The doctors say her spinal cord was not completely severed, which gives her a minimal chance of walking again depending on how she responds. But even if she doesn't walk perfectly, she is happy. She is currently in a period of adapting to her new life in a real home. We are so glad that there are good people on earth who have opened their homes and hearts to receive such a wonderful soul like Maya. By day 90, Maya was enjoying an almost normal life. She now has the possibility to move again, exploring her new world with speed and joy. She is no longer the crying dog by the train tracks. She is a beloved pet. Maya is a true fighter who survived pain that would have broken others. We thank the family in Germany who puts in all the effort to give her such a beautiful life. Thanks to everyone who supported this difficult case. Maya's smile today is the best thank you we could ask for. If Maya's fight for life touched you, please give this video a like.